Welcome back, you guys. So I told you guys I was going to be back in a bit, and I am currently it's like 6:31, and the head of house games is currently ongoing. Obviously, Chumsy was like the former head of house, so a new one has to emerge, and the housemates get to play a game. And obviously, I think the games are almost the same thing, not exactly the same thing, because it's almost like this one is quite harder. So Big Brother asked the housemates here. It's still the same whole there's a bowl with like something, and then you have to transport it to like the other table, in like a bowl in the other table, like at the end of the room. But this time around, last time it was what do you was it down kwabi? So share something edible. But this time around it's marbles. Guy, do you know how marbles can't stay in a place? Unfortunately for them, Big Brother now asked them to put it on a saucer, a yellow flat surfaced saucer. Guy, like, are you thinking what I'm thinking? That shit is hard because marbles roll a lot. So imagine you putting that thing on a saucer and then you're trying to like move it to another table and it's rolling. It's almost impossible, but then you would do it. But let's say you have like 20 marbles, you probably only be able to get like five. Do you get? So that shit is actually very hard, and that's what Big Brother asked them to do. So the guys have to play first separately, then the girls play next separately, like in the next batch. Then after these two rounds, there's going to be like the final round where four people, like two boys, two girls, will emerge and then play against themselves for whatever that's like task is going to be. And one person will now end up as the head of house for this week. And the previous head of house was Chumsy, so Big Brother asked her to like help and count the marbles to know who has like higher numbers, because obviously the higher you go the better, like the higher number you have, then your chances to qualify for the next round. And you can't carry like more than two marbles at the same time. It's not possible. Last week a lot of people were qualified because they were carrying like two dankwas or whatever it is called at the same time. But this time everybody knows the rule. You can't be that stupid except you don't even want to have a chance at all. So yeah, currently the housemaids are currently playing their game. The guys have played and they're currently counting like the number of marbles they have, and then the girls are going to play next. Personally, I feel like this game will just gel because it's going to be so hard. Imagine trying to move a marble and then it's just falling up and down. And Big Brother said once the marble falls, that's the end. Like you can't pick it off the floor. So there are actually tons of marbles in the container, so you have opportunities to keep picking more and more and more. There's no way to finish because I don't even think they have like so much time. There's like a limited time for the game duration of the game. So yeah, I think the girls are going to play next since the boys just played. I don't even know how many people like who had like higher number. Oh yeah, people just asked Chumsy. People just asked Chumsy the top two, and she mentioned Dotun. Dotun had 11. Somebody else had 19. I didn't get the name. Adekunle and Dotun. You see this Adekunle, this boy, his God is following him. Like, his God is great. And you see, Adekunle has been annoying me a lot this week, and I'm going to get into it. Like, we're going to talk about it. In fact, we have the opportunity now to speak about it. Adekunle is really getting on my nerves. When somebody enters the house and you're like, oh my God, this guy is actually so chill. Like, he's so mature. He speaks so well. He does this, he does that. And then you feel like he's such a victim because, Shegs and Bella were riding on him a lot. They were purposely trying to pick on him and all of that. See, I get it. I totally understand that if you're in like the situation he was in, when they were still in the whole like level 2 thing, when he was in level 1 house with them, they did pick on him a lot. Like, it was actually very frustrating to see. There was even a part where he got really angry and he sort of had like a face off with Shegs. But then moving past that, at this point now that they are merged, and I'm not sure, I wouldn't exactly say Shegs and Bella are still picking on him, but when you just already have somebody in your mind that you're like, see, you see this person, I will frustrate you until the very last. Like, no, there's no two ways about it, I'm out for you. So Shegs was Adekunle was having a conversation with Diana. Yes, it's always Diana he's having this conversation with. If it's not Diana, who else? It's usually always Diana. So he was having a conversation with Diana yesterday after their live eviction, that he was like, that you see Shegs and Bella, he's going to frustrate them in this house this week since he survived eviction. That one person between both of them has to go. And I'm like, what are you planning? Like, he was really divisive. Like, he was coming up with, like, I'm like, wait, are you that annoyed? This thing has happened a while back, so why haven't you moved on? I get that. See, like, they don't see eye to eye, they don't work in the same path and all of that, but I'm like, bro, you used to carry things in your mind though. But then aside from that, he also mentioned doing, and he also mentioned Amaka as well. And it was just very crazy because I'm like, okay, what did Doyin do to you? What did Amaka do to you? I mean, Doyin used to be your G. Yeah, like in the first week, second week, third week, you, Doyin, Adekunle, Dotun, you guys were like really close. And then suddenly you have like evil plans for her. What happened? With Bella and Shex, I can understand. You see, Bella and Shex, they don't like him. And the feeling is mutual. So it is very understandable if he has evil intentions towards them. But with the way he was saying it, like he seemed really angry. He was just like, that you see Bella and Shex, that this week that if he survives eviction, somebody has to put them in their place. And I'm like, this boy is serious. So, like I feel like he must have been thinking about this thing for a while. He has obviously had them in mind for a long as well. For him to now suddenly come up with the talk that you see Bella and Shex, we have to put them in their place, that this week that they will know that it's not business as usual, that he really did say a lot. Then he was like, he spoke about Amaka. He was like that Amaka is always running her mouth, this that, and I'm like, ha, okay, Amaka is really running her mouth, but what does that have to do with you? Like, Amaka has never ever tried to cross your line. So what's the problem? What are you annoyed about? This was just very crazy. But eventually, none of them left. They're still in the house, and to be honest, I can't wait to see what he's going to do this week. He seems really annoyed. They even had a meeting. They had a meeting after the live eviction. Talking about he came up with the whole hygiene thing, people being really dirty and not wanting to do their dishes after they eat. The moment he said that thing, Kayode put the camera on Bella and Shex, Mr. and Mrs. Ikoyi's face, and then I'm like, oh, culprits of the season, like proper. And then it was just very crazy because I'm like, okay, obviously Adekunle is talking about these two, like no cap. We know who he's talking about, and it's these two people. You even see the part where when the whole conversation started with people that are always dropping plates in the dishes and not like eating and like dropping their plates, and then they stood up and left. And I'm like, crazy. So you guys remember that Adekunle and Dotun qualified for like the next round, like two males that have the highest number, 11 and 17 respectively. That's I think Adekunle Dotun had like 11, Adekunle had 17. Adekunle, like, his God is working. It's just God's grace that didn't keep this boy in this house, because if it's based on how people feel about him, I don't think he will last. He's going to be up for eviction like almost every week, because a lot of the housemates do not like him. Like, they don't like him. So yeah, the meeting, Adekunle kept on hammering on the whole talk of we are not babies, we are not animals, we are adults. We should clean up after we are done with whatever we are doing, take care of ourselves and all of that. He was so intentional about it, and I'm like, you are going on and on and on and on. What are you so annoyed about? Because like, you're obviously annoyed about something, and you are annoyed about somebody, not just something. And personally, I feel like it was Bella and Shex. I'm not even lying. I feel like it was Bella and Shex, because if you keep up, if you watch Big Brother like regularly, you will notice that these two people are very fond of these bad habits. I'm confused. I'm very, very confused, because I thought Big Brother said they should drop it one at a time. Wait, something is going on. So, except I did not get the memo, but the female housemates are carrying the balls like 5, 6 in this on the saucer at the same time. And then I saw somebody use her fingers to even like put the marble into the bowl, and that's against the rule. At least that one I know for a fact. Look at Amaka's face. Because if you're carrying like so many balls on the sauce at the same time, then you can easily get it now. What's likely? I don't think that's hard. Okay, maybe it's actually like so many balls on the saucer at the same time, because like the timing is actually very, very, very brief, like really brief. Come on, I wonder who is going to win. I don't even know who I'm rooting for to stay, like to win head of house and then pick somebody, and they get immunity and they're in the house for the week. I don't really care about anybody that much. So Big Brother has just asked Chomzi to come and count like the marbles, and no people, the two people, like two females that had like the highest marbles in their plates. As I was talking about Adekunle, see you guys, so Adekunle kept going on and on and on, and I'm like, what's going on? So fast forward to today, eventually Adekunle was having a conversation with Diana again. You see, I don't know why when the guys want to have like, I don't know if you should call it like gossip or conversation, because to be honest, everybody gossips. Gossip is, it doesn't even necessarily have to be bad. It's basically you saying something about somebody behind the person's back, not their face. You see, whenever the guys want to do this, Diana is always the one they meet. Always. And you know one thing about Diana, she will not even talk much. She's just literally going to be supporting what you're saying. Yeah, 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 without her French accent. And I'm like, I beg. If you want to say something, you to say what is in your heart. But she doesn't even really talk much. So Adekuni was telling Diana how he was saying something about doing. And that's when I knew that like this guy has a serious problem with doing. Like he said he was like he said so much about doing, and eventually like doing to today almost, she was just really all over the place. Like her emotions were all over the place. She was crying at some point, talking to Alison. It was sort of like pitching Alison. Like the whole conversation was like knocking Alison and Doyin's head together. I know these people, two people are like best of friends. Like yesterday when Doyin was crying about losing, like Modella leaving the house, and everybody she likes like eventually leaving, and she feeling bad because she's trying to get close to people and nobody is staying. And Alison was there comforting her, telling her to stop crying, that she had her in the house and all of that. Like that was too cute, but I'm not a fan. You don't spill emotions like that. So today Doyin and Alison confronted Doyin over something she had heard that Alison said about her and Hermes. And Doyin was trying to like defend herself, and they were having a conversation, and Alison is like, oh yeah, that I believe you, that if I didn't trust you enough, I would not be having this conversation with you. But the honest truth is that regardless of whatever Alison says to bring herself out of the situation, Adekunle has a problem with her. And I don't even understand. I don't know, because I feel like at some points, in the past, Doyin liked Adekunle. But see, I don't really care about that. That's the problem. Something that excited me today is Big Brother giving punishments to Chizzy and Amaka. I was just like, bro, you are so petty. Like, how does he even come up with this kind of punishment? So he sent his brief where he told Chizzy to read out the brief loud. Basically, Chizzy was going to speak to the housemates and apologize to them. Then his punishment. So yeah, oh yeah, Fina qualified for like the next round. Fina, Adekunle, Dotun, and wow, that's the first. Like this is the first time I'm ever seen Chichi in like the forefront of something. But Chichi qualified for the next round. So these four people are going to play the next game, and we'll see who is going to end up being the head of house. To the rest of the house, be quiet. I hope this next round is not hard, guy. And amongst these four people, like Dotun, Adekunle, Chichi, Fina, I want Fina to win. This game is going to be based on luck. Wow. Just wow. Ooh, secret message. This is crazy. So Ha. So if nobody gets the message, uncle. So you see this next round, this next round for like this for housemates is going to be based on luck. If you said your prayers to God this morning, it's only God that can help you at this point. So Big Brother asked them like there are balloons in like there are balloons fixed somewhere, and then there are darts on the table. So you have to throw a dart to the balloon, and everybody has just one round. So if the dart ends up hitting the balloon, whether there's a message, like there's supposed to be a message you're supposed to receive. There's supposed to be a message you're supposed to receive. So there's like if you throw the dart there, there's not supposed to be a message in one of the balloons that require like that is not telling the person, oh, you are the head of house. So this game is actually based on luck, because you know that these four people could throw the balloon and nobody gets the message. Like it could not be the balloon that has the message inside it. Do you get what I'm saying? And if you now had the opportunity of like listing the people that will go first and next, so she said Adekunle first, Chichi second, then Fina, then Dotun. So just imagine if the second person now like throws the dart and gets the message. Yeah, Adekunle has played. He has thrown his own dart and the balloon he popped didn't have a message in it, unfortunately. Yeah, they don't tell them where to stand. My own is that Chichi should not even win this team. But why did this guy has a problem? Like, why didn't you go and pick up your dart since? See, the thing is that there's no way your dart will not hit a balloon. The problem is now your dart now hitting a balloon that has the message that you're the head of house. This is almost literally impossible because there are like tons of balloon in that thing. There are plenty. So I think the thing is that they're going to keep going like turn by turn, turn by turn, turn by turn until one person finally hits that balloon. I wonder who the lucky person is going to be, because this is just based on luck. It's not even about the situation. It's not even a situation of, oh, na me sharp pass or na me smart pass or I'm more I have like the athletic spirit in me more than the other person. So they're going to keep going turn by turn, obviously, as I said, because there are so many balloons in that thing, and it's going to be so random for one person to just get it. Dawson just played and he didn't get it. So yes, please, as they are playing this particular game, I want to talk about the punishment Biggie gave Amaka and Cheesy. See, that thing cracked me the fuck up. Like, I was literally laughing, like, bro, how did you even come up with this? And this is so wicked. This is very, very mean. Like, Biggie gives them punishment like they're in secondary school or something. So, you know, he told Amaka that he brought a new the old microwave that she spoiled. Remember, she destroyed a microwave because she like set it to 20 minutes to warm meat pie. Who does that? To warm meat pie. And then the microwave got spoiled. So today my big brother brought that microwave and then told Amaka and Cheesy's own was a microphone. I think he spoiled his transmitter or something. And then big brother told him that, you see this transmitter and this microwave, both of you will speak to it like it's a human being for 1 hour straight. You're only going to get 5 minutes break in between, like once, like one time 5 minutes break, or not like interval of 5 minutes. One time, like you're only going to get a break of 5 minutes one time, and then the rest of the time for about 45 minutes. Sorry, I'm wrong. 55 minutes. You're going to be speaking to the microwave and the microphone. What kind of punishment is that? And then you see Amaka suddenly coming up with song like, I'm sorry, like they said a lot. See, at first it was funny, but eventually I actually started feeling for them, because except you talk too much, imagine talking for that long and saying something stupid, because yourself you will be feeling stupid for number one. You will feel so dumb. I was just like, bro, what kind of punishment is this? But they deserve it. I hope that like moving forward, Amaka learns to be more careful with Big Brother's property. It's not your house. It's not your house. Chizzy, there's a rule. You because Amaka is also very guilty of it, except that she has gotten a strike already. I told you guys about it. Amaka got a strike already over microphone infringement. Over microphone infringement, and she has gotten a strike. But then, like moving forward, I hope both of them get to learn that there are rules and you play by the rules because you're in Big Brother's house. If they tell you where your microphone, where your fucking microphone? Like, bro, put it the fuck on. It's not going to cost you anything. And then Chizzy, I heard the part where Chizzy, you know, when he was speaking to the microphone, he was like, microphone, she mean that because I did always fight for they mean that because I dey always fight for food. That's why I don't wear my microphone when I want to always fight for food and protect food in this house. From this week, I no go fight for food again. In my head, I'm like, Chizzy, please, please. You still are fighting for food pass. That was content that we signed up for, and you're giving it to us. Please, I beg. Bella and Shex, they have nothing on you because they are the ones that are always coming for him. Like they are always coming for him. You know, after that issue he had with Bella over egg, stealing egg, that he accused her of stealing egg. And then she and her husband came to fight dirty. You know, they were insulting Cheesy and all of that. Oh my god. Dotun just popped the balloon that had... Guy, do you know what this means? This means that Daniela is safe. Like, proper, legit. Daniela is safe. As much as Daniela has been annoying me lately, like, I'm actually happy for her. Even though Dotun has not announced it yet. What if he shocks us and then picks someone else to spend time in the head of house room with him? But that aside, Dotun is probably going to be, or most likely rather, going to be the head of house for this week. That's like, he's very lucky because imagine if when they asked the housemates to nominate somebody, he was picked. You know Dotun will go home. He's going to go home. This is what I so rude. He said kindly leave the winner alone because everybody was coming to like congratulate Dotun and hug him and all of that. I'm so happy for him. Luck. Next week you might not be so lucky. Yay! Dotun has won the head of house for this week.
Congratulations. Thank you, big brother. As head of house.
So yeah, Big Brother is addressing Dotun.
This week's nomination process.
Obviously, as head of house, you are immune from this week's nomination. Like that's one of the great benefits that comes with winning head of house. But fortunately for you, if you won this week, you can win the next week.
The head of house bedroom is now available for your use.
So Chauncey and Elo Swag are going to pack and go.
Select a housemate of the opposite gender to share the head of house bedroom with.
And Big Brother just asked him to also pick. Big Brother has asked him to also pick somebody of the opposite gender to share the head of house
Daniela.
bedroom, and he chose Daniela. Obviously, who else is he going to choose? Like he has interest in Daniela, and he has made it clear that he likes her.
Do you agree to stay in the head of house bedroom with Dotun?
And she says she accepts. Will you disagree before? Will you not accept before? So this time around, they get privacy to have like their sweet conversations they've been having, and alone time to probably do some under the duvet. Who knows? Because with Daniela, you can't expect less or more.
To the head of house. You have unlimited access to the head of house bedroom. But you do not have immunity
Shit.
from this week's nomination.
Ha! Do you know Big Brother just said Daniela as like this like deputy head of house? She doesn't have immunity to nominations this week, and it's crazy because last week it was not the same thing.
Tales of house.
This week we have 2 tales of house.
Allison.
Oh my god, Allison and Shegs. Yeah, Shegs, well deserved because that okay, he tried last week, but you know they put in efforts like that. So Shegs and Allison are the tail of the house for this week.
Who told you to sit down?
Like Shegs has pride. Big brother called you tail of the house. You're sitting down. Who the fuck are you?
Big Brother has a box of fun for both of you.
A box of what?
Ninja, please show the Tales of House, your special box.
So Big Brother is giving them a box. We don't know what the box contains. I'm so curious. What's inside it?
Housemates, you are to use the material in the box to dress the Tales of House. These
So he asked the housemates to use like.
is also allowed.
Oh my god! I'm already seeing what's inside the box. And it's all this clown outfits, the whole hair thing, the nose mask stuff and stuff. People asked the housemates to feel free to use the things containing like the box to dress up the tails of the house, the two of them, Alison and Shegs. Embarrassing. Like Shegs literally want the ground to open and swallow him.
Stand beside Dotun.
He asked Doyin to stand beside Dotun. I don't know why.
Earlier this evening, you called out to sponsors to provide specific items that you have run short of in the house.
She called out sponsors to provide 2 items she has run out of in the house.
You mentioned lip gloss.
And she mentioned lip gloss.
It seems to Big Brother that both of you have a memory lapse and you need to be reminded of the rules of the house.
He just said both of them have memory lapse and they need to be reminded of the rules.
Is the only place that you are allowed to communicate any needs that you may have.
It's crazy. He just said that they only have like the diary room to communicate whatever need they have to Big Brother.
Shopping cart was designed for you to shop for any of your needs.
And that the shopping cart has been designed for them to buy anything they need in the house.
Absolutely no reason for this evening's action.
It's actually very silly of Big Brother because like they are not the first housemates to do this.
Return to your seat.
And he's going to punish them later. It's actually crazy because like almost all the housemates are guilty of this. When they don't have something and they're like, Big Brother, please do this for us, please do this for us. So I don't understand why Big Brother is making a fuss over this and then using them as scapegoats. But obviously, eventually, there's always going to be one scapegoat. And then we've come to the end of this particular one. And Dotun won the head of house. Obviously, and he picked Daniela, our baby girl, as his deputy. And she's going to be spending time with him this week in the head of house room. But unfortunately, she's not immune to nominations. So she could get nominated and she could leave. But yeah, that's everything that's happened so far in this game, head of house game. And we'll see you guys soon, maybe like on Wednesday or something. This evening. Oh yeah, they're going to do nominations this evening. And oh god, I'm paying attention to it. They're going to do nominations this evening. And I'm going to let you know who was nominated, who had the highest number, and the rest of them. This guys in a bit. Bye.